Hi, welcome to Energy Medicine for Healthy Living. I'm Dr. Melanie, and I'm so excited to share with you today a technique I call the Lotus Blossom. I've actually been using it for some time on myself and with my patients, and I'm finding it just is having such incredible results in so many ways. It's very simple, but yet quite profound. You see, it's based on the concept of figure eights. We have figure eights in every part of our being, right down to our DNA as a double helix strand of DNA. It's a gigantic figure eight pattern. We have that in every cell. We have it in every organ, in our organ tissues, and we also have it out in our energy systems. In fact, one of the 9 energy systems we work with, the Celtic Weave, is all about figure eights, all sizes, all directions. We also have the Tibetan Rings, which are another set of figure eights that are crossing. So it can be crossing from here over and vice versa and weaving figure eights that way. So when you think about all the figure eight patterns that we have going on in our body, you can start to understand the significance and importance of really supporting the figure eight pattern. Well, the Lotus Blossom does just that. You trace figure eights around your eyes, and you may be familiar with doing that horizontally, tracing figure eights around your eyes. It's great exercise for eye health, also good for sinuses. But now we're going to take the figure eight pattern, we're going to expand upon it. And it goes something like this. You can touch the body, or you can do it out in the energy field. But from the third eye point, between the eyebrows, you're going to trace slowly figure eights around the eyes in a horizontal direction. Now you can go either direction, and don't worry about how many times you're actually doing it. You can do it several times, and you can stop and reverse and go the other direction and do that several times if you like. And that's wonderful. But we're now going to expand upon it again from that third eye point. You see the significance of that. It's a point in Oriental medicine and acupuncture called yin tong. And it's about calming the mind, calming the shin. And it's also directly behind that point is a neurological processing center for the brain. It's called the optic chiasm. And that is where the right brain crosses over to the left side of the body and vice versa. So it's one of our significant figure eight patterns that we have going on in our body. It's also where a number of the cranial nerves for the eyes happens to cross over behind there as well. So there's a lot of activity, and it's a nice direct connection right into the brain. So expanding our figure eights horizontally, we're going to do some vertical figure eights. So we've got the 2 eights passing this way, and we're also going to do some crossover eights this way, all of those crossing at that third eye point. So starting slowly, focusing on your breath, figure eights horizontally, and now I'm just going to jump up to one side of the forehead to the opposite cheek. Everything's crossing at that third eye point. And from there, I'm going to go to the vertical ones, which take me up to the hairline, crossing below the nose and crossing, and then to the opposite forehead, opposite cheek, crossing again, and now back to the horizontals. A great use for the Lotus Blossom is to support your homolateral repatterning. I encourage you to continue to do the old-fashioned repatterning involving the marching of 12 same side, 12 crossovers, and then repeating that set a couple of more times, ending with extra crossovers. In fact, a couple of tips for that is to do it very slowly, preferably laying down or seated will help you to slow that down. But I'm finding many times in order to enhance that or to speed up that repatterning process, the Lotus Blossom is a great tool to do that because we're talking to the neurological function of the brain and we're repatterning. In fact, I encourage you to use the Lotus Blossom for a lot of things. Use it over any area of pain. If my shoulder has a pain, I can start to begin to trace the Lotus Blossoms around any pain area, any broken bone. It's great for eye health, as I mentioned. It's great for any neurological issue. And you can also use it to help support the energies in your aura in the Celtic Weave and with the Tibetan Rings. You can trace the lotus blossom out in your aura in the field. You can also trace it over your body this way and creating the petals as you go around. In fact, it's not just exclusive to the eyes. I'm finding great results by doing it over each of the chakras. And when you think about the energetics of a chakra and you think about the vortex that spins, it really is the petals of a lotus blossom that are just spinning in a clockwise motion. So using that lotus blossom pattern as you go around, you can begin to shift energies. It's a great adjunct to the regular chakra balance that you already know how to do. If you don't have time to do a full chakra balance, then it's just a nice little quick pick-me-up that you can do over each chakra. And it's so supportive. Again, it's going to support the energies out in your aura, in the Tibetan rings, in the chakras, in the whole electrics with the neurological function. So get creative. Use the lotus blossom. Try it in a variety of ways and let me know how it works for you. I'd really like to hear from you. Be well within.